Okay, first things first, after watching this video, do not think you're ready to go out and buy a bike or anything like that. This is strictly just a video talking about some experience from a new rider and what he's actually witnessed or experienced within the first month of riding. And that would be me, like what I've gone through and all this as a new rider. Because I've only had this bike for about a month, so I'm still pretty new, and all the stuff you're learning from me, I've just learned. So, and first thing is get familiar with the bike. That's the one of the most important things you can do is get familiar with the bike, and that's it. And that means like learning all the buttons, how to sit on it, especially getting familiar with the clutch. That will help you a lot with regulating like um starting up and going easily, not what's it called? Popping it, don't pop the clutch and get used to that. Um Riding around in loops, that'll help a lot too. Because that's pretty much all I've been doing is riding around loops in my yard. And that helps you get familiar with it too. And what I ride on, there's a lot of pine straw and leaves and pine cones and all that stuff. So I'm mostly slipping a lot, which has helped me get used to like reacting on the bike and all that. But if you don't have to ride on that, don't. Just find somewhere, like if you're in a city or something, and majority of the stuff you're gonna be driving on is city. Stick with like a parking lot or somewhere that's not very crowded with people or cars or something like that. Like minimize all the risk and factors and stuff out of the situation to make it easier for you. And by doing this and getting familiar with the bike, you're going to be less nervous and scared to ride, which is good. Because when you're nervous and scared, you're not focusing on riding and what's around you. You're focused on what you're doing and potential hazards, like you dropping the bike or something like that. And if that's all you're thinking about, you will drop the bike, and that's guaranteed. Second, even though you're a beginner and you're not, say, if you're just doing the loops and all that stuff, wear your gear. You have to get one, familiar with the gear, make sure it's comfortable, and you just gotta get used with riding with gear. Um, Third, I would say don't spend a lot on your starter because you will drop it. It will get messed up and all this. And I actually have experience with dropping this bike once already, which I'll probably go into detail in a different video, depending on how this one does. But it's gonna happen, and you just can't sit there and worry about it and drive, and that that'd be the only thing on your mind. You have to just accept that it's gonna happen. So that's why you gotta wear the gear, get familiar with the bike, and all that stuff. So when it does happen, you're prepared. But oh, do not start. This is for people who have like zero throttle experience, which was me. Do not start on something too strong. This is a 2012 Ninja 250. So it's basically the lowest of the Ninjas. And it has enough throttle for a beginner like me to mess up on. And I messed up on it once. But ever since then, that has matured me as a rider, and I feel more confident riding because that's not on my mind anymore. It's dropping it because it's already happened. So, but it wasn't that big of a drop. I'll go into that later. But yeah, and after watching this video, do not think you're ready to go out and buy a bike. This is just basically some things I've run into as a new rider for other new riders that they'll probably run into. The gear, if you want to buy some good gear, don't go cheap because you get what you pay for. But go online. Don't see we have a place, Capital Cycle and stuff like that, that sells stuff in our area. and their stuff's expensive, and you can find the same stuff online for cheaper. And there's websites and all this stuff that you can go on to, and you can find like closeout deals and all that where they say they only have like one size of a helmet or something like that, and instead of paying 180, you pay 90 or stuff like that, just because they're trying to get rid of it because they only have one in stock. And you can find those. That's what I've done. I found a helmet for like half the price, name brand, very highly recommended, and I found it for like half the price. Um, Jackets too, found that online, name brand, recommended, half the price. So just search online for gear. That could be another video, going into detail, showing you the websites, showing what I've ordered, going over my gear, stuff like that. Um, well, yeah. Do not be afraid to ride.